I'm the administrator of All Things Haverhill. And we had a little meet and greet here today.
Before that, explain what All Things Haverhill is all about.
It's mostly a history group, but with a name like All Things Haverhill, I welcome anything about Haverhill. If you're out and about and you see something and you take a picture of the lake or anything like that, I mean, we love it. I like the pictures also that bring back memories of downtown, especially memories of being downtown with my mother and my grandmothers and seeing the puppies.
Right.
And there was different things that I wanted to see. There was a baby mannequin in the children's department of Mitchell's. I love that. I just love when I can especially get something that I know that they can relate to. And every now and then I think, I don't know if they'll like this, and they surprise me, and they love it. But
did you like spend a day when you were downtown? Was it like a daytime thing or just quick pickup?
No, when I was little, when I was very little, my father would take me to the Paramount. And my mother and my nana and my meme would go shopping every Saturday and spend the day shopping. And then my father always would pick them up on Fleet Street. He'd turn onto Fleet Street and they'd be waiting there. If my father wasn't around to give a ride, my mother would go to the office area in Mitchell's department store, and there'd be a phone that they let you use, and she would call her father for a ride. But mostly it was Saturday shopping.
Yeah.
And I just have such wonderful memories, even at Christmas time. And I remember the policemen on the beat and the snow coming down and the tick-tock. And I can close my eyes and I can just see the waitresses with the pads and the pencils, and I can hear the coffee cups clanging together. And just wonderful memories. And the kids now, they won't miss it because they never had it, but you know, that's a favorite memory of mine, I think. My childhood, I grew up in the 60s. I was a child of the 60s, a teenager in the 70s, but those 60s, I was just saying today that we had the war going on, and that was a terrible thing, but yet there was an innocence about everything still.
Everybody pulling together.
Yes, yes. And you couldn't go downtown without your mother or your grandmother seeing someone they knew. I remember just standing there and just waiting for this long conversation to be over, and everybody knew everybody. I went to Tilton School until through fifth grade, and I loved Tilton School. It was a little family school. And then we was sent to Consentino because it was brand new, and then I went on to Haverhill High and graduated in '77 from Haverhill High.
Of course, Whittier is another interest of yours, right?
All of it. It's just a hobby that just happened. I love discussing Haverhill history, and whether it be Whittier or Buttonwoods or the library or anything. I just love looking at the old pictures. And I love picking the brains of people that were here then, you know, and it's just absorbing it like a sponge. I just enjoy it, and I enjoy talking with the people. They're all so friendly, and we just love, it's a common interest of all of us.
Two quick stories if you want to give, anything else that you want to talk about?
Well, let's see. There's the story I was telling of my mother when she was a little girl. And she used to love to roller skate. And my aunt went with St. Joseph Sodali to a roller skating rink in, I think it was Lawrence, back then. But what my grandmother didn't realize, it was a little safe group within the church going on an outing. Well, when she came home, my mother wanted to go. So one Saturday, my aunt and my mother got on the bus, and they went to this place in Lawrence, and what they didn't realize was the nickname for that place was called the Bucket of Blood. And somebody knocked my mother, who was 12 at the time, over, smashed into her, and broke her arm. And somebody offered to give her a ride home, but when they heard she was from Haverhill, they stuck her on the bus, and she had to take the bus ride home to the bottom of Groveland Street, and then she had to walk up Lowell Avenue to the corner of Lowell Avenue and Adele Avenue. And so after she healed up, they loved roller skating so much they thought that there should be one in Haverhill. So my grandfather wrote up a petition, and they went all around, and they went on WHAV, and they read their little petition. And it was only a few months later that Carbone opened up Skateland. So that's like a little family story.
Yeah.
And I told my mother, do you know how many marriages and babies you guys are responsible for? Because so many people met each other over there.
Yeah.
And she told me another story when she was very little. She was on the front lawn with her grandfather. And her sister got to go somewhere, but she was too little. So she was with her grandfather, and she saw this plane just pop, 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 pop. And she said, Pepe, that plane's going to crash. And he says, oh, no, no. Pop, pop. No, no, no. Well, sure enough, he started coming up towards Lowell Avenue. And what he was doing was he was dipping his wing to say goodbye to his mother down on Hilldale, near where the sand pits were. So he started, it was just putter, putt, putt. And he started up towards Lowell Avenue, she said. He went over to where Bates Road is now. It was just a field. He couldn't land there. He turned around over towards Leyland Avenue, which there were no houses there at the time, and towards Warrington Road, down to Lansing. And then he just shot down over the hill and he crashed. So my mother witnessed this plane crash. I believe the boy's name was, I think it was McLoughlin. I'm not positive, but I think that's the name. But she hates planes, and I don't blame her. She witnessed that as a little girl, and you know, she was just little, and there's nothing anybody could do. But the poor boy, he was in the service, and he wanted to say goodbye to his mother. And some people remember it, but she actually witnessed it. She saw it happening. She saw him struggling. I wanted to have a meet and greet where people could put a face to the people that they were talking to every day, and myself included.
Right.
And we had a nice little get-together here today with such nice people. We had fun, and I put together this basket. Okay,
That's it.
that's the basket. I put together this basket. I bought the stuff at the library because I wanted everything to be from Haverhill, and I thought in that way it would help the library.
Right.
And 100% of the proceeds from the raffle would go to John Greenleaf Whittier, the Birthplace. I'd like to donate it to Buttonwoods, and they can do what they want with it. They can put it out, and as visitors come in, they can buy a ticket or they can use it for an event. And that way, as a group, the group All Things Haverhill, we were able to help 3 different
Charity.
charities.
Oh, yeah, well,
Yeah.